Mentors are always curious to know what makes a good mentoring question, one that will spark new thinking and insight for their mentees. As you'll already be familiar with, in mentoring we take a person-centered approach, meaning that a good mentoring question is any question that works for that person at that time. So within our mentoring conversations, what does that look like in practice? For some mentees, a simple, "How are you?" or "How have you been getting along?" will set them off on a long and reflective retelling of their recent experiences. It's preferable that we keep our mentee talking, so don't feel you have to interrupt them with a question. An open question is one that invites your mentee to give a considered answer, recount an event, or to think out loud, in some way processing their experience and making sense of it. An open question is one which doesn't have a simple right or wrong answer, but requires some contemplation of the issues at hand. Open questions provoke reflection. They keep your partner talking, and they bring implicit thought processes out into the open. As a mentor, you can keep track of the discussion and feed things back in for unpicking. For people who are more reserved, people who are feeling nervous or upset, asking "How are you?" will often elicit a response of "I'm fine." And in this case, you'll have to think again about how to open up the conversation. Try a question along the lines of, "What have you enjoyed in your work recently?" Or "What have you been working towards this last couple of weeks?" You can keep the conversation rolling by using drawing, mapping, picture cards, or any other visual approach if stress or frustration make it difficult for your mentee to convey their feelings in words. Mentoring side by side, for example, standing together at the whiteboard or going for a walk together, can also reduce feelings of embarrassment for your mentee and allow them to talk more freely. Making sure that your mentees know you're not looking for them to give you the right answer can help them to overcome a fear of saying the wrong thing, and this will encourage them to speculate out loud. As mentors, we have to train ourselves to feel more comfortable with allowing silence to be a regular part of our conversations. Often, silence will indicate that your mentee's had an idea, is thinking about a new insight, or considering how best to phrase what they want to say to you. You can help them best by waiting, or by using "keep going," "go on," or "say more about that." A few generally applicable questions follow for your consideration and adaptation. This is a menu of questions from which you can select those that appeal to you rather than a process model. You might want to pause. Adapt any of these as you prefer. Using a more authentic phrasing will help you to keep that conversation flowing between you and your mentee. The important thing about developing good questions as part of your mentoring repertoire is to notice the effect you have on your mentee's thinking. And remember to get feedback from your mentee. They are the one who can let you know best which of all the questions were helpful to their thinking.